Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to dive right in here. We're going to check to see what's coming your way in the next chapter of your life, okay? There's tears of joy, but it is taking couple tries to form this one, okay? So I feel like you're trying to figure out how to do something, okay? This can be any endeavor. This can be learning how to make a cake, or this can be learning how to build a business. Or even if you're in the retirement, during the retirement, maybe you're learning how to relax into that. Okay, because what happens is I feel like you have been really working on something all your life long, and this doesn't have to be like actively working on a job. It can be also a project, something constantly you keep feeding. Maybe you're taking a break from this, and this in the next chapter you're going to learn how to relax into the moment and go with the flow. There's a ring above a man's head right here. The ring can be symbolizing your commitment to the next chapter, your commitment to transform things, or this can be someone during that time will show up for you. And the ring symbolizes that that person has something great to offer. This reminds me, this little head with a pipe. If you have seen the Beauty and the Beast, there are some furnitures there that can actually talk, dance, and there is a teapot and there is a teacup. So this reminds me of the teacup character, the nose of the character. So tea is an important symbol because it symbolizes also what's going on, what will happen, and what's happening around in the surrounding areas. So tea is a good omen right here. This person can be coming with the ring to maybe even inform you about the coming events in the future. When they arrive, or maybe while you are communicating with them, there are actually 3 different pots of gold appearing. One of them on the face of it, you can see on the both sides. This part there's an animal, this part there's a human, this part there is a human, and there's another human right here. So I feel Gemini energy here, and where you merge with Gemini is the magician. What magician does is she has all the tools that is necessary in their hands, and they utilize those tools to make the things that desire come to life. So I feel like this double faces is like maybe calling you to embody the energy of the magician, maybe even a little bit more energy of the Gemini here. The Gemini can also be showing up as a person in your life, and these 3 pots can be 3 different subjects that is currently in place that you are maybe separating from each other if they're too attached to each other, or this can be maybe 3 different things that you're trying to select from. And also the faces on the both sides symbolize, kind of reminds me of a deity, an Indian deity that had multiple faces on the sides of her head. So I felt like she had this kind of like a destructive energy, but the destruction sometimes is extremely positive. I feel like in this kind of symbolic meanings, they're always positive because it means that there's a structure that is not really working for you anymore. There's a pot of gold, but you don't see what's inside of it. The pot of gold can be your skill set, can be your friendships, can be your relationships at work, or maybe some things that you journaled and put on the side, and the gem is divided. I just buried in there, but you need to break the pot in order to see that. Breaking the pot is where you are locked up at this moment. Locked up is our routine, what you do day to day. Every day you keep repeating, maybe for years now you keep repeating the same routine that is actually keeping you in the same pot, in the same energy field. And in the next chapter, this is going to transform. Okay, there are three different options, maybe three different routines that you have. You are going to transform, and there is a man right under here that he is dancing. Kind of reminds me of like a shaman's energy. Shaman can be also symbolizing someone who's knowledgeable, who's connected to the nature spirits, who can really cultivate the energies of the herbs, and because they are actually useful to certain things as well and help you with this healing manner. Another thing, the journey, healing journey. Another thing here is this doesn't have to be someone that you actually engage face to face. I feel like this can even be someone that you follow their teachings. This doesn't have to be someone with us on the planet Earth today. This can be someone who left a legacy so you can pick it up from where they left off. And I see here there is a crescent moon. It's time for this is like the first quarter. Not the first quarter, the new moon. After the new moon, we have the crescent moon showing. I think it's waxing crescent. So this is a time that in the next chapter, the things will be gradual. It's not going to be a rush job. It's not going to be something that takes a lot of like shock to you. It's not going to have that kind of shocking and anxiety moments. It is going to be a slow progress, but it is going to be good at the same time. Okay, the new moon energy symbolizes here the crescent moon energy. It's gradually getting to where it needs to be. So I see another person right here which has like a beard. This person, the beady eyes, this person has a snail on top of their head. Snail carry their house on their back, so this can be someone who left their house because we don't see one on the back of the snail. But the thing is, the shape that I'm seeing here looks like a sword that they're carrying. Sword can symbolize a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. Another thing with a sword energy, this person can be someone intellectual. Their house can be within that intellectual bounds. That can be a school environment. That can be maybe they're teaching something other than school, their experiences that they're carrying on their back. So that's their home. Okay. And a lot of, I feel like this is the second reference I feel here, that the learning experience, someone guiding you coming forward. But another thing I feel also is the information that you're receiving is going to also help you create maybe your own business for some of you. I know this is a general reading. That's why the information coming forward can be very specific time to time to whoever is watching. Okay, so it seems like you are grabbing the information in your next chapter and establishing a new thing for yourself. So this can bring freedom for some of you. Maybe you are working with people, working for people at this time, but it seems like when you advanced at what you do, learn everything possible in that field, you're going to be able to teach people. That's going to be your information. That's going to be your home, teaching, and maybe even guiding or helping them, relax into their own true self. The thing is, you might be thinking, what am I going to teach? The first thing that is coming to me right now is an information. I started following this beautiful lady. She is actually a therapist, and she teaches the basic coping skills as like how to calm yourself down when you're feeling anxiety. And these are actually much more important in today's world when we think about overall the things that we know. Okay. And it's maybe even much more important than, I don't want to compare that to a soup because I love making soup. Maybe like making a soup and calming yourself is maybe the same level because soup calms us too. So these kind of skills maybe you're learning or advancing and using for the future success. How can I see that? There's a cat right here. The cat symbolizes actually creative energy, and the cat has a crab in front of them. Crab can be a Cancer, an astrological sign, somewhere emotional. Maybe they are controlled by emotions. And the cat can be symbolizing you are taking charge of the situation, Virgo. You're not exactly like a water sign. You don't really get guided by your emotions, but there might be a situation maybe you have experienced in the past, and there is a lesson to learn. Now you're transforming that. You're really getting in touch with your emotional side, with your logical side, and with your side that with the cat, creative side of yours. And what's going to happen that it will bring an opportunity to your hand. You see there is a person coming up with like a lantern on a tray right here. Lantern is a tool to illuminate a situation. So this person will bring light here, okay, when they show up. We have the cat. It is going to be comfort, creativity, emotional connection to the subject in your hand. Also, the wish fulfillment, the light will come to, clarity will come to you. Okay. It seems like here everything is piling up. You're leaving the past things, the thinking patterns behind, the people behind. Guidance is coming forward, connection is coming forward, even celebration. I see a person here making a toast, or two people. There's a letter S present here. Another thing I see, another fish showing their head out of the water. Maybe that celebration will even bring some financial opportunities to you. And moving on from that, I saw someone actually carrying the snail, a new endeavor on their hat, on their back. This is you finding a new endeavor. Not only that, the wolf right here can be symbolizing this is going to make you feel like you are at home with your family, okay, when you start pursuing that. Another thing I see here, these kind of reminds me of like the smoke coming out of a chimney. So this can be like a little home, a hobbit home, which I love. If you have seen the movie Hobbit, there's a beautiful house, underground house. Not underground, maybe under the hill house that the Hobbit lives in. And the smoke coming out of the chimney is a very good omen. This indicates that there's warmth in there. There is family in there. There's like that's a home. That's not a house, but it's a home. So there's food in there. If the smoke is there, there's food in there. They're just feeling good, comfortable. So that's something actually taking place, it seems like, in the next chapter of your life. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind and let's see what the answer is. Your energy field is intact. I see here the pumpkin carriage of the Cinderella. Two people sitting across from each other negotiating. I see there's a letter X in front of you, so you marked a treasure already. Your desire coming, initially the things are moving really fast, and then there's a small pause. So I feel like your desire might have another desire. The intention might have another intention behind it. Okay, so maybe, example, maybe you're manifesting money because you want to purchase a home. You know, it's actually aligning. So it's not only I want to win the jackpot. Okay, you can win the jackpot, but what are you going to do with the money? When you give special orders to the universe can actually bring that thing to you. Universe, the creator, the energies, attraction can bring that thing to you in different ways that you don't really expect them to come. So it seems like here, that's why it just paused. Maybe you have an intention within an intention. So you need to get to the core intention here. Okay. So it doesn't have to peel the layers of it like onion to figure out what's the end goal. I see there's this person now from negotiation to turning their back. I see a letter K here, K-I, Kristen maybe, Kirsty, maybe someone's first name or the last name. So from negotiating with someone, I see the authority, maybe a Taurus that is weighing you down, maybe draining your energy, or even like forcing you to stay in the structure, do things in a certain way. You're telling that, I figure it out by myself, or there is a better way, and here's right there. And then that letter K can also be some place that you want to go, a place that you feel comfortable. Like Kentucky popped into my head. I had a friend back in the day from Kentucky. So and you're growing angel wings basically, and somebody's holding on to your wings as well. Not only you are saving yourself, you are creating a new opportunity, window of opportunity for yourself, and also you're picking people up with you, and maybe they are in need as you did once, and you're helping them together, rising up high. I see there's a dog right here. This dog belongs to this person, but even the dog, the loyal person to this person, is actually in the next chapter leaving, like, and turning towards you, supporting you, not their side, behind them, in front of them now, maybe telling, okay, I have more happiness here, let's go that way. I'm going to dive into your tarot now. Again, I would say if you have a specific question or a subject, you will get that kind, like the answers that are aligning with them. So it's good to have a question in your mind, and we're going to look into the surrounding energy, okay? But it can be also a general, like you just turned on the video to see what's coming for you. It can also be something like that. Let's see. Four of Swords. Okay, whatever the subject that you are focused on, or whatever your current situation is, it is suggesting it's time to rest a little bit. Put the swords down, lay back, relax, contemplate, meditate. And there is a better way, but the answers are not going to come forward through action. The answers will arrive when you are relaxed, when you are resting, when maybe you even clear your mind, okay? The clear mind will have the answers. This is the hidden aspects of your situation, what you're overlooking. What you're overlooking is the Eight of Swords, meaning you're feeling trapped, but you are actually moving faster than you can imagine with the Chariot, okay? You're not trapped anywhere. You're mentally not seeing the options because you're mentally focused on not having the option, okay? That's causing you to get stuck maybe in your current moment and circumstances, and that's really tying your mind and creative output into maybe a tree right here and causing you to feel stuck. But the thing is with the Chariot, seems like you already have an idea or a feeling of which way to go about the situation, okay? That's what you don't see coming. And there's maybe even a solution galloping towards you at this moment. When it comes to your pressing assignment and soul guidance is being gentle, being compassionate and loving. First of all, I feel like with your inner child, with yourself, and then the circumstances, and then the people around you, okay? But everything starts within you. If you're being cruel to yourself and telling yourself you haven't made it happen yet, maybe you're making a to-do list and you're not completing it, and you're being too harsh on yourself, celebrate your small wins every single day. And also, this is your assignment through this journey that eventually you're learning that. Celebrate every moment. Celebration doesn't mean popping a champagne at each time you do something good. It can even be like a butterfly tap. If you Google it, you can see that EMDR, butterfly tap. To yourself, hugging yourself, and having a good tea or coffee that you enjoy. That's a celebration as well. Okay, do not pass it as, oh, I have to have a coffee early in the morning. Don't do it. I don't want to say don't, because who am I to say what to do? What can be good in that sense is to do something you enjoy, I feel like, okay? This is your additional clarity. Okay, seems like this can be you maybe trying to do things in a forceful way. Because maybe you don't see instant results. But this can also mean that maybe you're dealing with people who are really pressuring you. That's why maybe you're feeling stuck. But I see here, when you move within your confidence, Queen of Wands is a confident queen. She gets things done. She doesn't care what people think. And in the original, she even has a black cat in front of her, which is deemed to be unlucky. She doesn't care because she loves cats, and she knows that that black cat will bring her luck. So move in with confidence. You don't have to do anything tricky, or you don't have to force a situation, because you deep down in there know what to do. And even if you feel like you don't know what to do, this Queen of Wands energy with the fire and the passion, when you follow your passion, the right things will be revealed to you. Let's get your clarifiers. We have a bear with a four of swords. Maybe you're feeling like you don't really have time to rest, or resting can make you weak, open to attacks. But the bear, we have a strong, powerful bear with a human hand. I realize that now. Wearing a hoodie and what? Headphones or earrings. So when you rest, the more you rest, the stronger you're going to become, the more authoritative you're going to become, and maybe you're going to get more inspiration to do what to do next. We have a key coming forward with the Eight of Pentacles. This is actually Eight of Diamonds energy. So this is the Ten of Swords. I feel like, again, can be you overcoming the situation smoothly when you take charge and become the authority. And the Eight of this is actually the key is, even though you feel like you're stuck with the Chariot aligning, you have the horses to get to where you want to go, and you have the key to unlock the locked doors, okay? The information is within, and maybe even you know the right questions to ask. This can be also something, the key, or can be symbolizing a tool that you have, an information that you have, an education that you have picked up along the way, something that you learned when you're growing up. That's going to unlock the hidden situation, okay? And I see the dog again here. So being loyal to yourself is your pressing assignment again. Instead of first giving to others, give to yourself, then the others. And compassion and love, that's what the dogs have. That's going to be important in your journey. And when you do, and even if you feel like you have to force the door open with the Five of Swords energy, the Five of Swords feels like to me kicking the door open, okay? And you have the key already. You don't have to kick anything. And the choices is, you have, with the Queen of Pentacles, you have resources. There are many resources that you can tap into if you think about, how can I work on this thing differently? How can I make things happen in a different way, okay? I'm going to get to your oracle now. With this one, we're going to check to see what you need to know, what you need to do, and also what you need to release in order to reach that next chapter faster. We have the Shield Maiden. Make plans and focus is what you need to know. Okay, so this is not something you currently have to just pick up and do. Okay, that's the difference between doing and knowing. Know that when you start making plans and focus on your subject, she's looking beautiful, by the way, you're going to create some amazing impact. Powerful. Look at her, how powerful she is. A powerful impact. And the blue color is blue chakra, blue energy bubbles when you create them around yourself. And the blue that she has here also symbolizes the protection. Even if you're feeling like, I can't do it because I'm not going to be able to do it, or I get attacked. This symbolizes that you're being protected. But know that when you make the plans and focus on your desires, it will be accelerating the process. This is what you need to do. Enjoy your growth and reap rewards. This comes down with the Queen of Cups again. So seems like your energy expands and grows and attracts the things better when you're enjoying every moment, when you're celebrating the little wins. Okay, so that's why enjoy your growth and reap more and more rewards with that. That's what you need to do. What you need to release is perception, okay? We have the air guardian. That's why I feel like the Gemini energy with multiple faces of vases come forward, like the cups come forward for you. And the Five of Swords is actually, like I said, maybe you feel like you have to kick the door open. But this is basically telling you need to release that. That's maybe was your past identity. Now the future that you desire has a different pathway for you. And when you change your perception, shift your perception to maybe everything can happen to me, come to me easily. That's how the things are going to align. So release the belief that I have to force everything by shifting your perception to the positive things. Now I ask the best advice, guidance, or clarity for my beautiful Virgos now. For unconditional love, thank you. We have the shadows right here. Okay, the shadows can be symbolizing that there are some things in the dark with that Eight of Swords energy, because your eyes are tied there. You are feeling like you're in shadows. You're not seeing what's going to happen, okay? Let's see the advice here for you. If you draw this card, it is time to take a look at your own shadows as well, okay? Let's see. Many people fail to recognize their shadows for what they are, thereby allowing the dark side to manipulate them, to hold them in check, and to rob them of energy and enthusiasm. Let's name and shame a few of those shadows here. It says alcohol, too much sugar, a sense of fear, playing the victim, and the spiritual arrogance, and so on. Now ask yourself the question, am I ready to confront my shadows? If the answer is yes, begin the shadow work and then release what's holding you back. Okay. And then I'm going to get to your element of this time. Which element will be more powerful and useful for you? Most of the time, even though I'm not an earth sign, earth and water supports me fully whenever I step on earth, whenever I go swimming and manifest something inside of the water, or desire and ask for something in the water, or when I'm stepping on earth, always works out for me. So let's see which one is actually ocean and the water. I feel like this is bravery with the ocean. The water can be this time helping you manifest your desires faster. Okay, let's see. Go forth and explore. You won't see much if you keep the shore always in sight. Be brave in your choices. This is not the time to be fearful. Someone who is close to you has a hidden side, and it is best to be mindful of this in your decision making. Okay, so courage is, bravery is the key, and the water is your element right there. Okay, I'm going to pull your affirmation, which we also have a sacred geometry symbol comes with it, and you can maybe even meditate on that. Let's see which affirmation you can use here. Soul. The energy of soul activates our connection to the part of us that is closer to the higher realms, God, or the divine. I feel like without soul, we wouldn't really exist. So connecting with your soul is, though, our mind is like a clutter machine that we keep collecting information, useful, non-useful, because subconscious is a more primitive part of us and doesn't know which is more useful. But at the end of the day, or waking up in the next day, like we don't remember certain things because subconscious thinks it does not need it. It's not needed at that moment. But the soul keeps everything, and soul responds back. It's a part of us that is connected to the higher power. And here you can use I am soul affirmation. Like love, the soul has always fascinated humankind. Some describe it as a spiritual essence of the human, which is beyond the physical part. Others refer to it as a divine in us, a little piece of God within. That's how I feel like what the soul is. And while we are mortal as physical beings, the soul is considered eternal. Some believe that death is merely a transition in which the body dies and the soul separates from its physical vessel to later return in a new body. And if you read Dolores Cannon's books, you come to understand that Our soul doesn't even stay on the earth. It just travels planets too. Okay. So when we speak of an old soul, we usually refer to people who have maturity and wisdom beyond their years. Many believe that soul carries the experiences of all lifetimes lived. This would explain why some seem to be born more mature and wiser than others. There's a food for thought for you. You can repeat the affirmation, I am soul. Also, what do you think the soul is? Do you believe in eternal soul in a temporary body? Do you know any old souls? Do you feel that you are an old soul? Okay, maybe you have a life mission here that you're figuring it out. Okay. All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.